This wannabe gangster has been released from jail after he burnt down an old woman's home and left her with life-changing injuries. Jake Hignett was previously jailed for 2 petrol bomb attacks, including one which left 66-year-old Mildred Sefton with catastrophic burns. Jake was spotted in a picture with Liverpool rapper Madza L20 recently, and a lot of our followers asked us to look at his case. Jake Hignett was part of a gang of 4 people who carried out 2 petrol bombs, one in Liverpool and the other one in Leigh in the Greater Manchester area. The motive for the attacks was a bitter feud between Jake and another drug dealer called Kenny MacDonald, who was also from Liverpool, but both men sold drugs in Leigh. Allegedly, Jake was attacked with an axe by Kenny MacDonald and had around £10,000 in cash taken off him, so he wanted revenge. The 4 drug dealers, Jake Hignett, Neil Stanton, Andrew Bamford and Zaina Ali, were caught on CCTV in a pub shortly before the attacks. Zaina Ali's cab was tracked by his taxi firm's tracking system to a petrol station where they bought toilet roll, a bottle of Lucozade Sport and a jerry can they filled up with petrol. They then drove to Liverpool and attacked the home of Kenny MacDonald's sister, Chelsea MacDonald. A brick was thrown through the window of Chelsea MacDonald's home at around 12:45 a.m. Petrol was then squirted through the smashed window, along with toilet roll, and set alight. The risk of harm was very high, but luckily no one was home. 2 days later, on the 16th of October 2018, they targeted Kenny MacDonald's girlfriend's grandma's home in Leigh. 66 years old Mildred Sefton and her husband Melvin had lived in that house for 32 years. Her husband Melvin went to bed around 10:45 p.m. and at 12:20 a.m. Mildred was still up in the living room watching TV when a window was suddenly smashed and petrol poured in and was set alight. Her clothes set on fire, and it took some time for her husband and neighbor to put the flames on her out. She suffered significant life-changing injuries, and she spent 7 weeks in hospital and had 11 surgical procedures. They also had to move out of their home of 32 years after this attack. All 4 men were arrested and charged. 35-year-old taxi driver Zaina Ali, who drove the firebombers, was jailed for 9 years in prison after pleading guilty to arson being reckless as to whether life would be endangered. 41-year-old Neil Stanton was jailed for 8 years and 2 months after pleading guilty to arson and an unrelated offence of dangerous driving. 38-year-old Andrew Bamford pleaded guilty to arson with intent and was jailed for 10 years in prison. 22-year-old Jake Hignett was jailed for 16 years in prison after pleading guilty to arson with intent to endanger life and reckless arson. He served just under 6 years and has now apparently been released from prison after he was spotted in a picture with Liverpool rapper Madza L20.